Rain went away for a little bit, so get out here and do my walk. Hope y'all doing all right this evening. If anybody pops in, y'all feel free to walk with me. I'm on a different side of the track this time. Y'all can see. Okay, practicing the leg and stuff. And then that's the other side over there. But yeah, told y'all I ain't playing. I ain't playing about me. The Lord ain't playing about me, so why should I, right? Same thing goes for y'all. This is your temple. Take care of it, nurture it. And part of that is exercise. Walking is healing in so many ways. So many ways. It just gives you a chance to, release the endorphins. As you sweat, your body gets rid of the toxins, which I'm thankful there's a little breeze right now, so I ain't sweating too much right now. But walking is healing. And yes, we all got something to heal from, right? And we're all healing from different things, different time frames. We're all on that journey, right? And that's how life goes. That's how life goes. I know I shared earlier about today being National Awareness Day for Narcissistic Abuse. I did not know that was such a thing. Did not know that was a recognized. I want to say I think it said since 2016, which it needs to be. It needs to be year round. Thank you so much, Regina. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a few parks in my little town, but this one is actually close to my house. So I choose it more. But it's more than one. Usually I'm on the other side, like over that way. But there was so many people over there, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on the other side. That's why I came over here on this side of it. But yeah, I was just talking about so many people are healing from different things, and how today is National Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. And I was like, wow, I did not know. I knew about narcissistic abuse because I'm a survivor, but I did not know there was such a day. And so, yes, it needs to be talked about. It needs to be shared about more and more because a lot of people don't know what it is or don't know that they've been a victim of it, right? Out country, yeah, you live out in the country, okay. On level ground, okay, I got you. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. You probably have to go to like I don't know if y'all have a YMCA or rec center or something like that and walk. Have a walking trail. We used to have a mall here where you could do daily walks, where you could do, you're walking inside, but we don't have our mall anymore. Hey, Marina girl, how you doing? I told you I was coming back. I told you I was coming back. I told you, girl. Marina was in the live earlier. And we were talking about narcissistic abuse, and this is my walking heel. So just talking about healing on this healing journey, and it's a journey, right? It truly is a journey because when you've been through any type of abuse, really, but when you've been through narcissistic abuse, and I saw that I was listening to Dr. Ramani, that is her name, Dr. Ramani. Some some narcissistic abusers are physical and some are not. But either way, they play a hectic role on you and your mind. You walking now too? Okay, good. Good, good. We better get our walk in together. I said the rain held back, so I said let me get on out here and get this walk in. I just came on the other side of the park this time. But but yeah, I'm like, it can take you through some things, with your mind, with your mental. And it takes years, easy for them to inflict their abuse on you and for it to torment you. But it's not as easy to clear your mind, erase the memories, You can, you have to work at it. It's a choice. You have a choice to wallow in it or work through it, right? And I choose to work through it. Whether that's writing poetry, writing memoirs, straight out stories about my life, or, things like this, walking and healing, walking and talking, all the things, the other activities. A lot like to swim, but I don't get to go to the swimming pool that often. And I wish I lived near a beach. But all those things are healing, sources of healing. And of course, praying and talking to God, because He the only one brought me through all that stuff I went through, honey. He the only one brought me through all that. So I'm like, Lord, I thank you for bringing me out of it, but, protect me, keep me from going through it ever again. Because when you're talking about the narcissist, you have those covert narcissists, you have the regular narcissists. It's a lot of different categories, but I won't go into deep into that right now. But talking about a mask, they they wear a mask so well, you be like, do it come off? And literally, like one of my chapters in the book, in the original book, which I'm working on the rewrite of it, but in the revised copy, but Rose Everton, one of the chapters is called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because half the time I'm like, who is this? Who am I dealing with now? Who am I dealing with today? Because that's how it was. And they will literally play with your mind. Like there were times where towards the end, well, I won't say toward the end, it got worse toward the end, but there were times I was constantly watched. Like, that song, I always feel like somebody watching me. I was. I didn't just feel like it. Timed me from when you knew how long it took me to get from my job to the apartment, all that. Like, why you ain't left out the job yet? Calling, texting on my phone. Why you ain't left out the job yet? Like, hold on, like, good, I'm talking to coworkers, blah, blah, blah. But all those things. And yeah, you can say, okay, well, you allowed it. I did. I did until I didn't. Love can blind you. You can get so deep engulfed in the relationship that where is that? It's easier said than done, to what you will and won't allow. You know, yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, well, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. And I wouldn't let nobody say so and so and such. It's not that simple. Whether you fight back or whatever, argue back, you love to argue. So that didn't matter, because I was like, okay, I ain't gonna let you talk to me any kind of way. I went through that in other, situations. I ain't gonna let you just talk to me any kind of way. That feud, it's like that was just ammunition for, like, oh, yeah, I like this, she arguing back. And I was like, so yeah, so that wasn't even, a deterrence. It's like that just, gave him more reason to continue behaviors. Really, and then when I did get silent, when I did become silent, oh, there was some he got us. What's wrong with you? I would say, yeah, I should. He like, well, did you spit him? Yeah, when I fixed the food. And he started, after a while, 'cause I kept saying it, after a while, he stopped eating cookie. I was like, why you ain't eating? Cuz you keep talking about you gonna do this, you gonna do that. I was like, uh-huh. I should have just did, man. Lord forgive me. But at the time, I felt like I should have just done it and didn't say nothing, and rid myself of the misery. But of course, I digress. I know that's not how the Lord would have it. And it didn't go that way. But I felt it sometimes, just keeping it real, y'all. Like I felt it sometimes, like my mind had gotten to a low place, and yeah, I had some thoughts. I'm looking at some cars over there across the street, but I had some thoughts, yeah, that I shouldn't have had, and I already asked for forgiveness for those thoughts, but I still had them. When you're being tortured and tormented mentally, physically, emotionally. What else can you do? Yeah, I prayed. I was in therapy, talked to a few trusted friends, but, it's easier said than done. Easier said than done. But, you know, the Lord brought me out of it. I just kept fighting. I just kept fighting internally with myself, is what I'm saying. I kept fighting, like, Lord, just please. Like I was just holding on to the hem of his garment. Then I just holding on, like, yet holding on. Amen, Kanisha Graces. Exactly. Right, yes, I repented quickly, yes. But I'll be honest, I had those thoughts because my mind was gone somewhere, honey. My mind was gone somewhere. And I was just thinking, me or him, I was just thinking survival mode. That's what I was, the mindset I was in. I got to get out of this some kind of way. And it wasn't going to be no simple way. No matter how much I wanted to, it wasn't that simple. So, but like I said, I thank God that it didn't go down. you know, it didn't go down. And, he set his own self and got on in his own troubles or whatever and stuff. And, he's gone for a few years now. So, and whenever he, get out into the free world again, don't look my way. you know, don't look my way. And I know from the patterns, that's another thing. It's like, it's like I was after the relationship progressed and everything. I saw the different patterns because you can go, yeah, you can go ahead. I'm on the phone. Somebody telling him to go ahead and go across the street, but it's like I was when I look back now, it's like the patterns were there because he would literally get on social media, go on the pages of the exes, and watch what they doing, trying to see where they at, what they doing, like literally stalking them, right? Yeah, literally stalking them. So yeah, I have reason to believe that he gonna stalk me, cause it had been years since those situations too. So and you still gotta watch them and see what they doing, and yeah, it was a whole. That's why I said that's why I gotta rewrite the book because and write it from a healed lens. I won't say that I'm 100% healed, but I'm on a more healed lens that I will be writing from now, from my mindset of really looking back over things. And that's why I'm doing the rewrite. Yeah, it was a few editing issues, but mainly to really tell the full mindset, the picture, the story that I was really in, to give it a better understanding. And that's still, like I said, part of the healing process. I should have just left that at the rough draft, you know. But I knew I had to get it out, and I got it out, which was a big step. Because, like I said, I didn't hide behind the poetry with that one, like I normally do. Innuendos and all the things. Uh-uh. Lord said, nope. You gotta write that out. You gotta write that out. And that's what I did. That is what I did. And boy, let me tell you, but I have actually started on. Well, I started a few times on the revision, but this last time, which was the other day, and I really just sat back and wrote it like I'm really just telling a story, but it's my story instead of writing it from all the pain and the hurt. At the time when I first wrote it, I was just writing everything from the pain and the anger, just like let me write it out so I can get rid of it. That's where it was. That's the standpoint that it came from. Now I'm writing it from a different standpoint. Cause yeah, it's already gone. I don't have to get rid of it. It's already written. I've been rid of it. If I'm saying that right, but so I'm gonna write it from a healed lens, and of course, as always, to help others. Prevent them from getting caught up in the same situations. You know, like I did a live earlier. You missed it, Kanisha, but it's on YouTube about recognizing the signs of narcissistic individuals. And how they try to overstep your boundaries. They don't have no accountability. You know how to ask questions. When you're dating. Ask the right questions, those things, because you gotta, and it's not even about how they answer. 'Cause they know how to say all the right stuff. They know how to say all the right stuff, but you gotta pay attention to their actions, pay attention to their gestures, how they answer you, if they even answer you at all, those kind of things. And now that I'm thinking back, because one of my girlfriends, she was like, Deborah, ask him such and such, and ask him such and such. We'd be on the phone, so I hadn't heard the phone on why I ain't put it on speaker. But she would ask him certain questions, and he'll answer her a little bit, but he really was just saying what we wanted to hear. Really, when I think about it now, he just was saying what we wanted to hear. Because those narcissists, those individuals with narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic disorder, whatever you want to call it, they can be very cunning when it comes to their prey. And I'm just gonna call it like it is. When it comes to their prey, they they see the target, and that's it. They zone in, and it's all about conquering. It's all about basically like one of my poems about devouring. It's all about devouring. You know, the, that's what their target, their goal is. Either they're looking for shelter, companionship, or food, water, all the things. They're looking for something, a need for them, basically. And they'll do whatever they got to do to get there. They'll play the role of someone else just to get what they need, what they feel that they need, instead of doing about it the right way. And yeah, and then if you start to notice things and realize, oh, they'll straighten up for a minute. Yeah, they'll straighten up for a minute, just enough to get you back to where you kind of like, okay, well, they behaving right, they acting right, like your children, they behaving now, they'll get you to that point, and then after they got you sucked back in, then they go right back to their true selves. And yeah, so you got to be careful, ladies. You got to be careful. And it's narcissists in the church as well. It's not just out in the secular world. They're everywhere. I don't know if it's something with their brain chemicals or whatever. I ain't no scientist, I ain't no medical doctor, but it's something. Cause it's got to be for them to have doctors studying. Like I said, Dr. Ramani or Ramani, I'm not sure. I can't remember how to say her name. She's over here on YouTube, but she talks about it a lot. Other so it is. It's not just some made up thing. We might not have realized what it was for years, but it's a real mental disorder. And if they don't acknowledge it and get help, then no, they're not gonna get better. And no, they're not gonna treat you better. So no. So you gotta be careful. You got to be careful, ladies. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. I'm just gonna do my one lap today, y'all. I ain't gonna wear myself out too much. The 5K is Saturday. And yeah, I wanna at least get in, you know, a couple of walks before Saturday. So today Monday, so I got a little time. I'm gonna head to the house. I'm gonna head to the house. But and I got me a tropical smoothie bowl waiting on me too. I had went out a little bit earlier, and then I went and got my tropical smoothie bowl. Last time I tried the Aki bowl, acai, whatever how you say that, but and it's that stuff be frozen and too cold. I don't like cold stuff on my teeth, so this time I tried the one with the yogurt, with the Greek yogurt. I'm gonna do that one. 'Cause I do eat yogurt anyway. I eat Greek yogurt sometimes, but I know it's supposed to be better for you anyway. So I'm gonna go head back to the house. I'm leaving the park, y'all. Yay! But yeah, y'all. Whew. I'm gonna go ahead and I ain't gonna take no pictures. I just release some clips. They'll see my walk. I'll release some clips, but yeah, I ain't playing around with this social media content over on YouTube. Kanitra, you don't know, but yeah, I'm planning on going live every day, sometime of the day. I'm going to go live every single day. So you can jump on the bandwagon. jump on the bandwagon. But I thank you for coming in, though. And I thank you for hanging with me too. Marina, y'all still walking? Are y'all still doing your walk? Well, I know you probably can't type in there. You can let me know later. But if y'all still are, I'll probably try to get on people, what's going on when I get back to the house, though. But yeah, girl, you got to get it. Y'all keep me motivated too. You and Boss Lady. Yeah, I know Camille will be walking when she get back, and Jay Jordan. But he was, I think, doing a workout while he was on the cruise ship in his in his cabin room, whatever. I was like, man, he ain't playing. He is not playing. He gonna get that walk. But yeah, you can't play around. You got to get it. You got to get it. If you don't, can nobody else walk you? You got to walk. You got to exercise. You got to do whatever it is to keep your body healthy, keep you in shape. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you do. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So I ain't gonna get out here. And like I said, had them calling the ambulance for me sad. I hope it don't rain us out though. I know that. Cause I'm really looking forward to it. And I'll probably try to start show y'all a little pre-game live, before the walk. I was gonna try to order me a phone neck holder, but it's already Monday. I don't know. I'll probably go check Amazon when I get home. Hey, how you doing? All right. Yeah, I did order me need my knee brace, but I ain't ordered but one because I want to try it out. I ain't even ordered the second one. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I don't think I need but one. I'll be fine. And that's the track we're walking on too, so ain't gonna be no bunch of hills like the one what I did back in March when we walked through some part of downtown. And so there's a lot of hills and stuff, but ain't no hills out here. So I'll probably just stay high. Hello, how you doing? Probably just stay high. Just use the one. So I ain't running no way. Might do a light little jog. Yeah, not having it right now either. But okay, what side is you gonna walk or ride your bike on? Yeah. Yes, my riding their bicycle. And crossing or turning around. I'm like, what side you gonna ride on? But yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for spending that time with me. Heading back to the house now. Got a bunch of errands to run in the morning too. So if y'all haven't already, for anyone that catches this in the replay, make sure you subscribe, like and share, and follow all the good things. All the good things. And, you're on your healing journey, your walking journey, your narcissistic abuse recovery journey. Let us sister know we in this together. You're not alone. You don't have to do it alone. You do not have to do it alone. We are here. We are here. Whew. Yes, we are here. Uh, See, now it's already almost 8 o'clock. I can go ahead, get in here, have me a good shower, change, put on some comfortable clothes, and eat my fruit bowl, and, relax till it's time to go to bed. Uh, yes, yes, yes. Whew. Yes, yes, yes. Almost to the house. Almost to the house. But yeah, pretty much all month we're gonna be talking about narcissistic abuse and different toxic relationships and healing from the things and what to watch out for and what to look out for. So y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah, no, I had to fit it in my schedule with everything else, girl. It's always something. Either I'm running errands for my mom or everybody else in the house and stuff. So, but I'm trying to get them in. I'm trying to get them in every day if I can. But we've been getting a lot of rain this week too, so I'm trying to squeeze it in whenever I can. But yeah, so I done made it back to the house. I need to get me a treadmill or something in the house, but I ain't got too much space in there right now though. But yeah, so I'm gonna hop on off of here. I'll try to catch y'all videos, later on. But yeah, all right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.